Senator Eala. When I mean shape, that means in good shape. She's the healthiest one, possibly, among all of us. Senator Cayetano is recognized.
Mr. President, in fairness to the humble Senate President, he is a Taekwondo champion, world champion, Mr. President.
Ines.
Hindi ba Taekwondo yung ano? No, I know. No, his honor is is his honor still the incumbent
Yes, ma'am.
NSA head, right?
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I always was of the impression that the title that he won was the title that his honor won was in Taekwondo.
For Ines.
Ines also.
Yes.
I apologize for that mistake. I really thought that his honor crossed over because I know his honor is a Army supporter, but for some reason I had it in my mind Taekwondo. Anyway, having said that, many of our colleagues are amazing athletes. Maybe not as in good shape as they used to be, but I am a believer that if you continue to invest in your health and in your fitness, there is scientific evidence, Your Honor, that we can maybe not be in the best form as we reach our 40s, 50s, even 60s. But the other day, I saw a video of a 91-year-old gymnast performing flips that I'm pretty sure, and I am happy to be corrected, that no one here can do. So, Your Honor, we all have hope. On that note, let me just join our colleagues. The Majority Floor Leader mentioned that this resolution is signed by 24 senators, and I am one of them, Your Honor. It's a very short co-sponsorship speech. I would like to believe, and the chairman of our Committee on Sports, Senator Bongo, is here. He held a very lengthy hearing earlier today. I would like to believe that the support that we can get for our athletes goes beyond signing a resolution, but also when it comes to not just defending, but also looking for more funding for these athletes. Mr. President, clearly, Alex's feat is a product of her own talent and perseverance. Nothing that any of us can do will change the fact that it is her hard work. It is this young girl of 17 who wakes up at dawn, who leaves her family to compete, who faces another challenge even if she would have lost the game, although in this particular competition, I understand that she swept all of her 6 matches. But to get there, Your Honor, there are also a lot of failures. And that is something I want to emphasize. I don't have the details, but I'm sure Alex, our juniors champion, the first ever Filipina to win a Grand Slam singles title, a juniors Grand Slam singles title, has had her share of defeats. But it is proof that it's only when you rise above these defeats can you get to a place where you can shine. And yesterday and in the days to come was her and is her time to shine, Your Honors. What I'd like to throw in also, aside from the support that I hope we can continue to give Alex and other athletes like her, is the reality which I brought up during the hearing of our chairman, Senator Bongo, in the Committee on Sports, is that Alex achieved this feat even when there is no tennis NSA in existence, Your Honor. I will repeat that. The way Philippine sports is structured is that we have independently run NSAs, National Sports Association. They are recognized in our laws that provide for, which is basically that provides for the mandate of the Philippine Sports Commission. So this NSA, the tennis NSA, which is known as PhilTA, is non-existent in the eyes of ITF, the International Tennis Federation, which means, and I am happy to be corrected because I am not an expert, which means they cannot compete. I think we cannot compete as a country. I'm not really sure of the exact effects, but clearly government funding is supposedly coursed through these NSAs. So for Alex to achieve what she has achieved has happened without her NSA. And for the record, our Senate President, our Miss Champion, ayan, I got it right, and the Arnis NSA, is it president or chairman? Your Honor? Both president and chairman, okay, was nodding his head. This feat was accomplished without her NSA. Not to say, okay, to be clear, I'm not attacking the tennis supporters that are there. Marami dyan, from the coaches, the trainers, and even sponsors. I know of private groups who have supported Alex. But I am a senator, and we support our athletes through funding through the PSC, and they then course it through the NSA. Let me remind our colleagues, one of the big issues that we dealt with, which took up a lot of our time, Your Honors, last year, was the fact that our track and field pole vaulter, EJ Obiena, could not get funding from his NSA. And we had so many discussions with then chairman, the chairman of PSC, who committed to fund, blah, blah, blah. I won't go into that because this is a resolution honoring Alex. But my point, Your Honors, are we stand here because we are proud of her as individuals, as members of the Senate. This is a Senate resolution. So part of our problem is recognizing that there are NSAs that either are not doing their jobs, need a better head, need a better vision, whatever it is, Your Honor. This young girl achieved world-class status without an NSA. Her uncle, the now newly appointed PSC chairman, was gracious enough not to admit that his niece achieved this without the kind of government support and NSA support that would have been due her. So it's a good, I bilib ako sa humility ng ating bagong PSE chairman. Ano? Hindi na siya, he's just a happy uncle, which is tama naman po. Pero these are the realities. Ako na nagsasabi. I don't know if our chairman of the Committee of Finance would like to chime in on this because the non-existence of the FILTA is information that I gathered from him some time ago. So again, to be clear, there are individuals there either officially affiliated with FILTA or not officially affiliated who have done so much for tennis and athletes like Alex. But in a way, it doesn't matter because what we need is a functioning NSA that can help our athletes. What else do I want to say? I think our resolution contains all the accolades that are due Alex. Again, I would like to emphasize that in no other activity do I see nationalism and patriotism naturally and what's the word I'm looking for? Yung hindi pilit. Spontaneously, there you go, thank you, Minority Floor Leader, naturally, spontaneously coming out of people. No political color, no religious affiliation, nothing. It is a natural reaction to cheer, to be proud, to wave the Philippine flag when we see athletes excel. Sometimes they don't even win, but they show such good performance that we're so proud of them, Your Honor. This, to me, is the best way to promote nationalism and patriotism. Supporting our athletes, calling upon our kababayans that are spread out all over the world. I understand that our New Yorker and U.S. kababayans flock to is it in Flushing? Is it in Queens? Is it correct? Was that in Queens? Yeah, it's in Queens, right? Always. So I'm asking the in-house tennis expert that if I remember correctly, short time I lived in New York, I remember that it was in Queens. So I heard that from the reports of Diane Castillejo, also an icon in tennis, that Filipinos, maybe mostly from New York, New Jersey, the tri-state area, flock there to rally for Alex, and on social media and in any possible way, this is what Filipinos do. This is how we express our nationalism, patriotism, rallying behind athletes who excel. So congratulations once more, Alex, Eala. You make us proud. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you. And if you need more information about New York, we do have an in-house New York expert, Senator Tolentino. Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, at this juncture, I move that we recognize to co-sponsor the measure the distinguished gentleman from the great province of Aurora, our Senate Finance Committee Chair, Senator Sani Angara.